All right, day 4 is in the books, but round 2 is not at Wimbledon, where the crazy schedule continues. We have a great match going on right now, still going on, between Stefanos Tsitsipas and Andy Murray. 2-1 sets for Andy Murray, but it will be finished tomorrow. So there's just, the rain earlier in the week creating chaos that is continuing. So we're going to break down that match. We're going to look into Djokovic Wawrinka, which is set up. Casper Ruud goes down, unsurprisingly. Taylor Fritz, though, out already. And is he a major flop? We're going to talk about all these things right here on The Slice, because that is what we do. Thanks for being here, people, and huge shout out to those of you who have subscribed to the channel. If you've not subscribed yet, you can do so and get a shout out in the next video. Appreciate you guys who subscribed. Thanks for liking the video and getting around the sponsors who make the shows where we talk about Djokovic Wawrinka, Andy Murray, Elena Rybakina, who I am pronouncing right. We went over this at the Australian Open. Somebody in the last video came at me for saying Rybakina wrong. I'll play it here for you guys. Hopefully you can hear this. Listen how she says it. Can you hear it? I heard it. It's Rybakina from the horse's mouth, not calling her a horse. Anyways, shout out to the sponsors. Cool bet. Stay cool. Bet responsibly. I've got a little money on Andy Murray coming through that match. I put it on before he had won the second set. I actually put it on right at the beginning of the match. He was a slight underdog, and that's going to be good for me. So if you're going to bet on the tennis, use CoolBet and use our codes, which you can find below. AG1, the official nutritional drink of The Slice, and it just matches with the Wimbledon and our set colors here. So drink AG1, use the link below to get a discount on your first order, and go sport. Secure the bag, the premium tennis bags of The Slice. I use them every day when I play tennis. I don't play tennis every day, but I'm playing a big match this weekend where I'm probably going to get killed. But at least I'll have a good bag with me. Go Sport. Huge shout out to them. All right. What's going on? Andy Murray is leading Stefanos Tsitsipas in their match that is cut short by the scheduling. You got to think, like, it's just crazy. I don't think they finished 3 matches today on center court, which, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, you've only finished 2 matches all day on center court at a major. I mean, like, start earlier or just cancel just let them play. Like, somebody pointed it out on Twitter today. France, during COVID at the French Open, they pushed back a national curfew I think it was to let some guys finish. I forget which match it was. And Wimbledon can't put down some like homeowners association, like neighborhood rules. It's a joke. Let these guys finish. That's ridiculous. It's the tradition. Yeah. Shove it. We got to get these matches moving. We got to get people playing. Anyways, so they'll be continuing tomorrow. Murray looks great. Obviously, he's super comfortable on the grass. He's an expert. He's won Wimbledon twice. He's moved so good on the grass. I was front row in Stuttgart last year when Tsitsipas and Murray played, and I was pretty high on Tsitsipas's ability to do well on grass at that point. Less high now, even though I still believe, like many of you don't. But you're seeing like raw talent in Tsitsipas, not knowing how to exactly play on the grass, but kind of figuring it out, versus, raw talent, but older, not as explosive Andy Murray, who knows exactly how to move and do everything. So it's been a battle, 2 tiebreakers, 1-6-4 set. And we'll get a little bit more into the stats there later. Stan Wawrinka and Djokovic to play in the 3rd round at Wimbledon. I don't think they've ever played on grass, and they've got a storied history together, obviously, with Djokovic winning the vast majority of them. The head-to-head right now is 20-6 for Djokovic, but obviously, as people know, the big matches that Wawrinka have won have really been big. He's won 4 of their matches at majors, 4 out of the 8, so they're equal at the majors, and a few of them have been in finals of majors, like the US Open 2016, the French Open 2015, So obviously a lot of matches, a lot of history between these two. Obviously with where they're at right now, Wawrinka is still definitely on the comeback train. Djokovic is the best player in the world right now. Huge favorite at Wimbledon. It would be surprising to me if it got out of 3 sets, but you never know. Stand the man. It seems like Djokovic brings out the best in him. What else happened today? Liam Brody took out Casper Ruud. Not that surprising. I don't think anyone here, as educated tennis fans, are any of you surprised? No, you're not. Casper Ruud goes out. He was up 2-1 in the sets and then got bagel time in the 5th set. So not very Casper Ruud-like in general, but just no one's surprised because of the prep he's had, because of he's only won 4 matches total in his career on grass. So yeah, he is moving probably back onto some clay tournaments after this. But let's get into the results from today. Day 4, way too many, so we're gonna blast through these. Casper Ruud loses in 5 to Liam Brody. Big match win for Liam Brody. Elena Rybakina wins 6-2, 7-6 over Cornet. Zverev, sneaky dark horse that I have in my draw there circled, just cruising through 3 sets. Donna Vekic winning 3 sets over Sloane Stevens. Looks like it was a good match. Pegula through. Svitolina takes out Mertens. Kind of an upset, not really though. Andrei Rublev comes after dropping the first set to countryman Aslan Karatsev. Bencic through, and Wawrinka in 4 sets takes out Etcheverry. So, like we said, Wawrinka, let's just take a look at the stats here. Wawrinka sets up the meeting with Djokovic. Aces 5 for Wawrinka. He won 93% of his first serve points. That's obviously massive. That's not going to happen against Djokovic. But it looks like overall net points, 68%, coming forward a lot. 4 sets, 31 attempts to the net. Pretty good. Yeah, a lot of winners. Number of unforced errors. But yeah, definitely a solid match there from Wawrinka, and this will boost his ranking too. Caroline Garcia takes out our Canadian Leylah Fernandez in a very tight match. 3rd set tiebreaker. Hate to see it for Leylah. That would have been a big win for her. That would have been a big win. Maybe a confidence, momentum booster. Dimitrov threw in 3. Also sneaky. Very good on the grass. Very good on the grass. Kenin wins again. She's into the 3rd round. Krejcikova loses, had to retire. Hate to see that. Obviously, Martiner through. Nicholas Yarry through. Scary time. Scary Yarry. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. He's into the 3rd round. Or no, sorry, 2nd round. That was still a 1st round match. Like, this is ridiculous. Look at that. Guido Pella through. That's a name you haven't heard in a while. Van de Janskop through. David Gonfin through to the 3rd round. That's a nice result for him. Bogdan over Parks. Begu taking out our Canadian Rebecca Marino in 3. Denis Shapovalov through. Is that right? The score there? I don't think that's right. I think he lost the 1st set. Anyways, maybe that's just showing like the sets that they played today. I have no clue what's going on there. No. No. I don't. Oh, no. Sorry. I got that messed up. Shapovalov, I was thinking of the 1st round match. My bad. Shapovalov beats Barrera in 3 sets. 3rd round for him. We'll take a look at the draw in a bit here, but he's in a good section for him. Just looking out for some more notable results. Lehechka takes out Francisco Cerundolo. Big win for Lehechka. Cerundolo obviously winning the title in Eastbourne on the way here. So he's out, the title before Wimbledon curse. Matteo Berrettini, unseeded, crazy asking, 2 years ago, he's in the final. He beat Sonego in the finishing their 1st round match. He's into the 2nd round now. Tiafoe through, Musetti through, Bublik through. Ben Shelton loses to Jere. In a 2nd round match there. A couple big more matches at the bottom. Tommy Paul takes out Milos Raonic, Canadian Milos Raonic, in a pretty tight match. Raonic was a little bit injured. You could see that there, but still played pretty well. Bianca Andreescu takes out Bondar in a very vintage Andreescu match, getting down, figuring it out, coming through in the end, finishing her 1st round. That was her 1st match, so she'll play again tomorrow. Kontaveit out. She's done officially with her career. 6-1, 6-2 to Buzkova. Court 18. You hate to see that. You hate to see that. That's a sad story. Demonauer through. Hurkacz through. And Fritz not through. Let's take a look at this. Michael Ymer upsets Fritz, coming back from 2 sets to love down. 10 aces for Fritz. He won all these serving points categories. Break points just couldn't, just one break kind of was the difference in the end there. That's crazy. Like Michael Ymer had more unforced errors than winners, but he had a lot of winners. Fritz had a lot of winners, 41, less unforced errors, 1 more total points. Doesn't work out for him. That's tennis. But before we get on to tomorrow's matches, is Taylor Fritz a major flop? He's only made it to the quarterfinals, I think, once. Everything else is like first, second, third round. And he's he's been in the top 10 now. That's similar to Felix Auger-Aliassime, not going to lie. These guys, they're top players that everyone knows that can really challenge anyone on their day, but they just can't seem to get it done as much. Fritz worse than Felix. Felix has been in the semifinals and a couple quarters. But yeah, that's weird. Why do you guys think that's the case? I have no clue. I'm not going to speculate, but that is interesting. All right. Let's look at the upcoming matches, I guess, for tomorrow. Schedule for tomorrow, Alcaraz back in action against Mueller, Sabalenka in action, Kvitova in action. Watson predicts that Murray is 59% likely to win over Tsitsipas where they're at. Taking a look at the stats here. 11 aces for Andy Murray. That's pretty big. That's pretty big serving from the old Brit. First serve in, 71%, but Murray basically winning all of the serving categories. Well, I guess not the first, not on first serve. Or they're tied in the first serve points won. More second serves winning, winning more at the net, very good at the net, 79%. He's taken his only break point chance, and he's won it. Tsitsipas has had 3, and he hasn't taken them. That's probably the story of the match so far. So, wow, Tsitsipas, 52 winners, 28 unforced errors. Andy Murray, 32 winners, 11 unforced errors. Like, I watched a lot of this match, and it did look great, but I didn't know it was that good. This is like quality tennis that these guys are playing. I can't wait for their match to resume in the morning. That is chef's kiss. Good stuff. We got Eubanks, winner in Mallorca, taking on Cam Norrie tomorrow. Swiatek back in action. Jabeur versus Bai. This is all center court. And then we've got Wawrinka and Djokovic at the end of the day. Hopefully it doesn't get interrupted, but that is a great matchup. Excuse my yawn. Long day here, waking up in Canada early to watch the tennis and reporting on it late. Medvedev taking on Mannarino. That is a sketchy match for Medvedev. I'll tell you that right there. Have they already started? Oh, they have already started. Okay. See, this is not my fault. Medvedev's up 6-3, 6-3, 4-all. So, the Watson likely to win, though. They're still giving Mannarino a pretty good chance, like a third of the chance to win. Yannick Sinner playing a danger match versus Quinton Hallis. Zverev versus another Watanuki. So he's just sneaking through. There's Zverev, I think. Shapovalov versus Brody. Pegula versus Cocchiaretto. Svitolina versus Kennan. Buzkova versus Garcia. Let's take a look at the draws as we know them. Full draw. Where are we tomorrow? Mueller, Alcaraz. The winner of that, which is probably going to be Alcaraz, is going to play either Kubler or Yari. So that's still fairly simple for Alcaraz. And then this is where it could be tricky for them. Zverev or Demonauer or Berrettini could be super tough in the 4th round for Alcaraz. But we'll see. This is where there's lots of opportunity. One of these guys, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Tommy Paul, there's going to be a semifinalist at Wimbledon. And that's pretty crazy. Also, a lot of where's the other opportunity? The bottom half of the draw, we're already into the 3rd round, but a lot of opportunity as well for Shapovalov, Canadian, looking at him now. Big favorite over Brody. Big favorite over whoever he plays in the fourth round. So then he'll be into the quarters, which is huge. And then he's playing at best Sinner, who, he's got to like his chances against as well. Sinner's probably the favorite there, but still, it's a very winnable match. And then he could be back into the semis to run it back versus Djokovic probably. So very interesting way that this is opening up, you would say. Let's look at the women's. Ladies singles, full draw here. Swiatek in the third round versus Martic. But tomorrow we got, Sabalenka in action. Paula Badoza won her first match. The Tsitsidoza or whatever they're calling them. They're staying alive. Katie Bolter, wild card into the third round. Look at that. What a run for the Brit, playing Rybakina, my favorite to win. Jabeur playing Andreescu, taking on Kalinina. To play potentially Jabeur. To then, she could also set up a rematch in the quarters with Rybakina from last year, where Rybakina took out Andreescu in the first round. Anyways, that's a lot to go over. That's a lot of action. It's big time scheduling. Like I said, wouldn't want to be those guys. It's a big effort. And big effort from Andy Murray. Putting it on. Can he take out Tsitsipas? That's a question for you guys. Can Murray beat Tsitsipas? Will he close it out? He's up 2-1. Tsitsipas is going to come back fresh. We did see Murray take that really sketchy tumble at the very end where he yelped. He looked like he kind of slipped out and pinched his hip, which is obviously the bad part of his body. He's got the metal hip. He yelped, and then it was like literally the next point he won the set, and then they called it. So is that going to seize up on him? Will he even take the court? Will he be injured? A lot of questions to be answered. Also, Wawrinka, Djokovic, can't wait to see that. That's just going to be clean, big hitting. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's day 4 recap and a day 5 preview from the Slice on Wimbledon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the sponsors below. Thank you for subscribing, and we will see you next time here on the show.